the wrong place at the right time. Cause suddenly they were with those bright blue eyes. We were conversing into the night sky when you took my hand, said let's leave now.
If it can blow the weight of these two full boards together over. Yesterday we had so much fun working and doing all of our cutting out here instead of in the kitchen, and it was almost t-shirt weather. We were in hoodies, but probably part of the day could have pulled off just some t-shirts. So getting that itch to just be in that like spring gear. But today we've got some like fall winter coats on, and then actually when I was all winter I've been looking for a headband that Bill's mom made me, and I seriously have not been able to find this since we moved here, and I just went to put this jacket on to come out and cut today. It was in the pocket of my coat. So it's cold enough today that I kind of do need something on my ears. Phil's got a toque on. We're gonna work outside today. We were supposed to get a terrible rainstorm today, and you can see the sun's out, but the wind is so cold, and it hasn't started raining yet. So we're gonna try to get so many cuts done for the whole island, the TV stand, and all the drawers that we have to finish today. We're gonna cut them all at once in hopes that if it starts raining, we can assemble just inside and then still get everything accomplished that we want to. So much to do today. Let's get this kitchen finished.
Don't wanna be shy. I will let my guard down. I wanna laugh out loud. Talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder. I wanna laugh out loud. Talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder. Love a little louder. Love a little louder. Love a little louder. Love a little louder.
Welcome to a whole new layout of our kitchen build. Just kidding. Okay, we're inside and we rearranged everything to make building in here a lot easier because that thunderstorm that we were waiting for, it showed up. Luckily, we were able to get all of our cutting done just in time. But boy, it was super blustery out there today, and it was not ideal cutting conditions, but we got everything accomplished we needed to really be able to assemble this all together. So you know we did our herringbone on the front of the island, so if you haven't seen that, I'll put the card above, but it is a staple and just a showstopper in this kitchen, and we love it. But this side, we were waiting for more of that wood to get delivered so that we could continue and finish what we're doing on this part of the island. So this is going to be 3 equal sized drawers here. It's going to have like the silverware drawer at the top and then other storage in the bottom. This is going to have a little apron for the apron sink and then 2 cabinet doors here. And this, from the suggestions of our YouTube family, that this will be a drawer that is going to house our garbage pails, which I think will be so much like great storage in here as opposed to where I was going to put it earlier. I kind of think that was too small a spot. So thank you for the tips, and I'm going to need a bigger garbage spot. So I need to get this face framed up. We've already cut everything that we need to assemble everything else. So that's what we're going to work on now. And then we're going to do the same thing, adding the drawers and the cabinet doors to the TV console table that we started yesterday.
Oh no, with your words on repeat, I will break like a twig right under your feet. Don't you say that you didn't want me. You turned me upside down and then you into my bed and under my skin. Oh, where will it end if I let it begin? So bittersweet, you know life's too short, so let's not waste another minute. Hey, it's alright now. Listen to such a beautiful sound. Hey, it's alright now, but I don't know if I can take another cold out.
Making drawers and making messes. Thank goodness for the shop vac. I'm making the drawers that are going to be equal size on this side of the island. I still need to put these crossbars in, so there's one missing right here, but I need to be able to get my hands in there while I'm working. So I have the rails on them already, and then I measured the length and the depth that I wanted the drawers to actually be.
Yeah.
My runners are 22 inches, so I made my side rails here the same length, 22 inches. I don't have like a substantial amount of room, so I didn't want to make them quite as deep as our island, which would be like 36-inch deep drawers, pretty deep. So in order to make drawers really easily, I saw a tip online that made this absolutely hands down the easiest drawer systems to build ever. because I'm making these 3 drawers the same size, these are all the length of the runner, the 22 inches, so I cut 6. And then in order to know what your inside piece is going to be, it's easiest to actually put the rail on the side railing here. I'm gonna have to take them off to screw it all together. But to be able to measure what I'm going to be across on the inside, you literally now just have to do this. And I'm like, oh, 22 and a half. That is how you get the measurements for your drawers. It's so simple when you put these on with the railing to be able to determine what that's gonna be, rather than building the box set first and then attaching the rails and then realizing you might have give on either side. So now I'm just pocket hole jigging all of the fronts and backs of the drawers. And because I don't want to see any of the pocket jigs in the actual drawers, this one will be, the back of the drawer will be like this. It'll be hidden, the pocket holes at the back. Right. And then my front ones will also be this direction because you won't see it in the front here. And then my face frames will go on front. So all of my pocket holes will be hidden and everything in the drawers will look seamless and cohesive throughout the whole kitchen. Oh, nice. And of course we're gonna wood glue it all before we pocket jig it. I'm working in batches when I'm doing this so that I do all 6 at one time. So that way I don't have to keep switching bits or, you know, pick it up and put it into the glue and everything. I can kind of go boom, boom, boom. I've got 3 of them done together. It works really easy this way if you pre-do your measurements.
Show me what it's like to be circling among the clouds. Because without you by my side, I would be stuck here on the ground. You're lighting up the way, I can see the road ahead of me. I won't be stumbling in the dark. Your eyes are shining like the stars. I was down until you saved me, until you set me free. My eyes were closed, now I see clear as day. And I just wanted to say that you can take me high.
From the advice of our YouTube family, I've decided to do a nice garbage pail drawer. Just doing the 2 nice tall garbage pails that are going to be able to work by pulling the handle on the outside. It's going to look like a long, deep drawer. And then we'll be able to do some cute labels on the bins and stuff inside after when we get to doing some of our spring cleaning and organizing. Once we get to put everything back in here, which I think will be cute when you open the drawer. And then there'll also be some storage in there to actually be able to put like an extra box of the garbage bags and things like that. So I'm just doing the pocket jigs so I can assemble it all together and then test out the bins that we searched so hard to be able to find. They were a real challenge to be able to get the ones that were the right size for this kitchen.
You can take me high. Feels like I can fly. I don't need anybody, I don't need anybody else. No one will ever take me, no one will ever take me away.
I make this tall, Philly.
Yeah.
So that when I make that big fake drawer front, it has a lot to adhere it to since something's gonna get opened all the time with like weight in it.
Yeah, just
rather than like a short one that has a full panel on it that's gonna get.
I think it'll look great
leaning,
anyways.
so,
So yeah, more structure than feet.
Like
structure.
really nice. I think I want to still put the divider in the middle of the 2 bins. So I'm gonna get the 2 bins in it. I know we don't have the bottom on it yet, but I'm gonna.
Oh, it's perfect.
You can't put your silverware in here because what's missing from the drawer? The bottom. And
so you have to somehow screw the bottom into this.
Yeah, so we did it over there. So we have that thin board that goes at the bottom, right? Okay, but I need your help since you have your math test for perimeter next week. We need to figure out the perimeter of the bottom of Mom's drawers. The table there.
You got ice like summer sky. If you're smart, could kill or die. And now it starts to rain, so let's enjoy it. I can't believe that this is real. And the way you make me feel, you make me wanna sing, and so I do. So if you want, I'll be right there. Anything you want for you, my sweetheart.
hardly not winter. I'm taking my boots off.
You gonna do it?
Oh, my feet are already soaked. It's wet here. But my feet are already wet.
Oh, this is happening.
I can't dunk my face because we're still snuffling. This is like pledging my love to my YouTube family. Right, are you ready? I just don't know where it's slippery.
No, I made it. It's a nice little area right here. This is where us and the kids get on the paddle boards.
I know, but just because of winter, I don't know if things. Oh, I can feel cold. It's just in the bottom of my feet.
It's cold.
Nothing's in my pockets. Okay. It's so cold.
Oh,
wow.
You did it.
It's colder than the ice, like than the freezer.
Honey.
I mean, it's one way to get the sawdust off. I forget where it dropped off. All of a sudden, I'm just gonna disappear.
No, don't disappear. This is amazing.
Well, it's really pulling. Like,
Yo, yeah, don't go down.
It's just getting colder by the second.
You're gonna lose your footing and get sucked down. I'm gonna have to save you.
Get my hands warm. Okay, ready? The sun is making it look like this is a very warm adventure, but it's not. Okay, ready?
Oh, I can assure you it's not.
Better be getting me a warm blanket like the wool Hudson Bay or something. You ready? Oh my gosh, I don't think I can do it. Ah, it's so cold. Holy cow, it really wants to take me down. Ah! It really wants to take me down the brook.
Don't go down the brook, baby.
It's so cold. Oh my gosh. My toes are freezing. Okay.
I'm gonna go run and grab you a blanket.
It's still too cold. I couldn't put my face in. I'm sorry, YouTube family. I came down for a cold drink, not a cold bath. One of the most exciting parts of putting together the cabinetry is once you've done all the hard work of all the stuff that will be behind the scenes, like the baseworks of the drawers and runners and all that stuff that takes so much time. When you get to do the actual framework to get the front faces on all of these, you really start to see all of your hard work come to life. So this is my favorite part.
I was never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in long conversations. Oh, 'cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting. But then you came along and proved me all wrong. I was so mistaken. 'Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby.
I'm really excited that we're at this point where we just need to finalize some sanding and paint on our cabinets. It has been about a month and a half since we started building our kitchen, and we've had a lot of obstacles along the way, but I am incredibly proud to show you that I not only reached out of my comfort zone and built something that I had no idea how to make. I watched some YouTube videos and taught myself. Literally, I took about 2 weeks worth of time and just focused on watching as many videos as I could and learned an invaluable tool now that I was able to save us approximately $30,000.
Oh my gosh.
We have been able to build this kitchen for under $5,000, buying all the supplies. That included tools and replacement blades for tools that we already had, and a few extras that we needed for the kitchen that we were able to like splurge on because we were under budget. So we really didn't have to sacrifice anything that we wanted to have in this kitchen space, and we're still able to come in under budget. We'll talk about budget when we're completely finished kitchen and pantry, but I'm really proud that we were able to save that substantial amount of money and also learn new skills, one in which I'm kind of obsessed with, and I have lots more cabinet making plans to come. But I want to show you a tour around. I hope that me building this inspires you, really, honestly, as cheesy as it sounds, but dream big, and just your dreams can never be too big, because I dreamt of building my own kitchen, but was like, how in the world am I ever gonna build my own kitchen? And I did it. Like this kitchen, I see myself standing here at my kitchen sink. I can look out on my beautiful brook, my beautiful family at the table here. I have everything that I need here. We've never had a kitchen of this size or with this much function. And so I really took everything into consideration and got to design this myself. Like this is just insane to me. So I hope that you've enjoyed this series as much as we have making it. Okay, let's do a little tour of my cabinets. So the first cabinet I built was the most simple cabinet of the kitchen, and that was to do a basic carcass with a shelf. And so this is going to house my pots and pans. We are still moving electrical stuff, so I know we've had questions about that. So this is going to house pots and pans, and I'm probably going to eventually add some kind of a small slider drawer as suggested by our YouTube family, but until I get the pantry and everything done, I don't want to go back and add anything else right yet. We did a little DIY on our stove, which took our plain white generic stove just to a whole new, I'm going to say, elegant level. I absolutely love the gold handles, and I think it looks super cute. And then just to the right here, we now have some drawers that will house some of our cooking utensils. I will put my dividers and everything in it after. We still need to do some sanding and painting. Of course, these aren't totally painted. And so I have 2 of equal size and then a nice deep one at the bottom here to house other storage. And then our wood stove is going to be going in the corner here. And then if you look at this back side of our herringbone island, you can see that we have our beautiful farmhouse sink and the faucet of my dreams. I absolutely love it. And we did go with adding the 2 gold drain systems here as opposed to doing the silver that would have been generic for the sink. I think it looks so much better.
It does. It looks absolutely gorgeous.
It adds all of those details that my creative mind really draws to when I look at a space. And then this is going to be painted completely white, just like the cabinets you just saw. And we have our under sink cabinet here. Because our plumbing is very close here, because of the apron sink, it will be right here. I cannot add a shelf in here yet.
No.
Once the plumbing's in, I could add a couple little side shelves if I want to, or little caddies, but for now, this cupboard is finished. I really wanted to have a really easily accessible garbage pail in the kitchen, specifically beside the sink. This was sort of my plan B of where it was going to be located, and I'm so glad I took your advice and said, you guys were like, you need a bigger garbage spot, you need it to be in a better spot. So this is now our garbage and recycling drawer, which will be really easy to access from the sink as well as scraping plates from our table. And we went with the larger bins. They're just easy to pull out, they lift out, and we can take them right out to the road. And then to the right of the sink, we'll have our silverware utensil drawer at the top. We just did 3 equal size drawers here for things like tea towels and quick grabs in the kitchen, which I absolutely think is going to be invaluable just to have this quick stuff. Because remember, most of our kitchen storage stuff is going to be in the pantry because we have the beautiful baking cupboard and other storage is going to be in that space. Okay, one of my favorite parts of the kitchen is my floor to ceiling pantry that I designed with the little counter hat on it. Open shelving for our dishes. So these will be where our plates, cups, mugs, our quick grab dishes are going to go on here. Again, we still need another coat of paint, but I want to show you everything kind of completed before we get to that point. I love this little, like, I don't know, catch-all little corner island here that will probably house just some sort of like mummy command center things we need to grab for the kids for school and stuff. And then we did 3 equal size drawers. They're not very, you know, deep in this aspect, but they're just a nice deep size in the height aspect. So I think they'll still be good storage. And I wanted to make it so that it had the dimension here, which is why they weren't the same depth here. Because if you think this would go all the way out here, it would limit our walk through getting from the table to the pantry.
Right.
And so that was a design choice, just to know that we had 3 feet. And then it widened to wider than 3 feet heading through here. Had I made it the same as the actual tall one here, we would have only had, you know, body width space to get through. And I felt like I don't want to hit my hips on corners while we're going through. So this was just really an element that actually added a lot of look in the end, but was also a function for space. And then I love that we were going to have so much storage to house some of our table setting dishes and things like that in this large floor to ceiling cabinet. We still need our trim framing at the top, and extra coats of paint here. But this is going to be an incredible use of space. And then we also completed one more cabinet that was sort of just an addition to the kitchen, which is sort of more of like a cabinet furniture piece, I guess. Adding the TV to our kitchen space, I think, is going to be a lot of fun for our family, just to watch games and kind of just wash dishes and have maybe a cooking show going or something. But I definitely didn't want to just have it floating here on the wall. I wanted to have this as like a finished corner of the space. So I built this little kind of credenza cabinet here where we actually have the storage underneath. So we built a nice chunky shelving, and we did this front chunky on all of the interior shelving on the cabinets. I think gives it a nice finished look. And then we have a nice long drawer here to be able to house things like the remote or anything that would pertain to the TV console here. I couldn't resist getting all of the gold hardware on to make sure that I had all the holes drilled properly and that it was ready for paint. So now we need to sand, prime, and paint all of the cabinets to finish up 100% the cabinets in this room. Then we'll be starting to build our cabinets for the pantry room. I absolutely am so excited to show you, and I'm incredibly proud of the skill that I've learned and the result of our cabinets. And I just like keep walking in here thinking, oh my gosh, I built my own kitchen. This is so insane. I'm really proud of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this series so far. It is not over. We have so much more kitchen pantry renovation to come. If you're not already subscribed to our channel, cheer me on, subscribe to our channel. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow.